welcome back to Pure Lottie. So today's video is a speed review. So if you want to see what I'm reviewing today, then make sure you keep watching. And if you like today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and change that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alright, let's jump in. So today I am doing a speed reviews. I have this big box of items that I have been testing now. So my speed reviews aren't necessarily new items on the market. I think I've got one thing in here that's only been around for about 6 months, but everything else I think is all older style products. However, they're new to me and new to my collection, so I like to just give you guys an update. Most of this stuff was from my advent calendar, so I wanted to update you guys on the products that I did try and what I think of them now that I've tried them more than half a dozen times. So let's jump into all these products. Now, first up is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge palette. Now, this palette is actually newish to my collection. I think it only came out last year as well. Now, I have only tried this 2 times so far, so I haven't actually used all the shades yet, unfortunately. However, this morning she has announced that she is getting rid of this palette here. So I thought I would quickly update you guys on what I think of this palette because she's currently got it on 50% off, and I'm planning to try and get this video edited and uploaded either tonight or tomorrow. So hopefully she still has stock in by the time my video goes live in case you guys do want to pick it up. I would hands down definitely purchase it for 50% off. Blend Bunny Cosmetics is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. They're currently number 2 in my list. The only one that I like better is Center of Attention Cosmetics, and that is just because I don't know what she's done, but she has no fallout with her palette. So the only difference is that with this palette there is a little bit of fallout, but otherwise it blends absolutely amazing. The formula is so pigmented, so beautiful, so smooth and creamy, and also you don't have a lot of fallout on your face. It's just a lot of fallout in the pan when you dip in. And her shimmers, oh my god, her shimmers are to die for. So I am wearing this palette on my eyes today. I did film this, so keep an eye out on my TikTok or Instagram. It may be a little while before it goes up because I pretty much filmed all of March's content because it's Endo Awareness Month as well as Easter and St. Patrick's Day. So I basically have filmed everything for my TikTok and Instagram. All the short content stuff I've filmed. So I'm not sure if I will post this look in March or if it will come in April, but it's definitely coming. So this palette has 24 shades in here. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. It does come with a mirror. I haven't taken the little film piece off because it's less blinding for on camera. This is the palette here, and I am actually really sad to see this go because this is really pretty, and I would have loved a bit more of a longer chance to play with this to give you guys my full-on depth thoughts and create some more looks for you guys. But if you have this palette and you want me to create some more looks, let me know and I definitely will. I don't normally like to use palettes that are not being made anymore. However, I definitely want to play with this more because it's in my collection, it's new, and I don't want it to go to waste. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm currently wearing bubblegum on my eyes today, and then these 3 shades here, so the pinky maroony sort of shades. The other shades that I have used was the bluey ones here, and I do also have Butterfly. This blue one here is on my inner corners, and I've also used that when I did the greeny bluey look. So it's really, really pretty. Definitely brings me back to the 90s, exactly like it says. It brings me back to Avril Lavigne days, etc. So yeah, I'm happy to have it in my collection. I'm just super sad that it's now going to be discontinued. So make sure you check it out if you want to pick it up for 50% off. That's an absolute bargain. Okay, so the second product is from Essence. It's the Poreless Partner Primer. So it just looks like this. So I did say that it wasn't my favorite primer in the video that I did where I tested it for the first time. I can definitely confirm it's definitely not one for me, and it's actually one that I'm going to have to declutter. The reason for that is because it actually created me to have was like acne, but it was those big like lumps that you get underneath your skin and they just never come to head. So I was getting that every time I would use this, and every time I would stop and I would give myself like a good week to 10 days off of not using this, it would go away and then I would use it again and it would come back. So I have given up on this. Unfortunately, it's not meant for my skin. That's not to say it's not meant for your skin, but it's definitely not for me, so it is going to be decluttered. Next up is the Essence Mosaic Compact Powder. This is in Sunkissed Beauty 01. So this was like a bronzer, and I'm actually wearing this today on my skin, and I actually really like this bronzer. I've used it so many times already. It's really nice. The only thing is I wish that I had got the shade darker, just because I do have to pack on quite a bit for it to show on my skin because it is so light. So if you are like Casper the Ghost like me, this is, you know, like a great one that you're not going to be able to go over the top with, but I definitely like my bronzer to be a little bit darker so it looks a little bit nicer than Casper the Ghost-ish. But yeah, I love this formula, really, really nice, and I would definitely repurchase this again, just in a different shade. Next up is the Essence Make Beauty Fun Highlighter. So this was the 20th birthday edition highlighter. Just looks like this. Again, I am wearing this today on my skin, and I really, really do like it. It's really, really pretty. I'm happy to have this in my collection. Next up is Essence the Blush. This is in number 30, Breathtaking. Now, I have actually used their blush formula previously. I haven't had this shade previously, but I really like their blush formula. It's really, really good. I am one of those people that don't think you need to pay high-end costs for a blush. I feel like all blushes are the same, whether they're drugstore or high-end, but I do really like this color. Again, I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. Yeah, super pretty. I've used this so many times since I've got it. It's definitely one of my like go-to colors. But yeah, very pigmented and it blends really, really nicely. Next up is the Essence Brow Like a Boss Ink Gel. This is in Ash Brown. Now, I didn't actually show you guys this on camera, and I have only used it once off camera, and that is because the shade is like way too dark and it is way too messy, and I basically ended up with like caterpillar brows because it was so messy. Definitely not my thing. I don't like how messy it is. I like simple. I hate doing brows. That's why I do a brow stamp. So I definitely wouldn't repurchase this again. And if you're a beginner, I definitely wouldn't purchase this. I would purchase it only if you knew what you were doing. Next up is the lip pencils. I really do like Essence lip pencils. I've had them previously. I've got the shades Fierce and My Advice here, and both of them I actually really, really like. Okay, sorry, I just had to pause because my dishwasher ended and wanted to sing a little song. I definitely love these lip liners. I will definitely repurchase them again. The only thing is they are a little bit tugging to the lip when you first get them, so you really need to like maybe draw on the back of your hand or something to warm it up before you pop it on your lips if you do have sensitive lips. Next up is the Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil. This is in light brown. I've actually used this to do my brows today, which is why they do not even look like distant cousins. And I like it. If I was a brow pencil person, it's definitely one that I would use. But now that I know that life can be so much easier with a brow stamp and take me like 30 seconds to do my brows, I don't want the hassle of doing my brows with a brow pencil anymore. But it's super soft, super creamy. The only downside about it is because it is so soft and creamy, you go through quite a lot of product. So yeah, I would purchase this again if I was a brow girly, but I'm really not a brow girly, so I'm going to stick with simple. I am going to keep this because when I need to like fill in any like sparse spots or just fix like a little mess up, then I can just use this. Next up I've got the Get Clean Cleanser. I think that's what it is like called. It's just this little packaging. I got this small size so I could sample it. My sensitive skin really likes it actually. At first I was a bit worried because it felt like a bit drying to the skin, but it definitely didn't break me out, didn't cause any issues or any reactions with my allergies. And yeah, I definitely felt like nice and clean afterwards. I do prefer to use this at night time rather than the morning, because then I can put my night cream on and that just rehydrates my skin again. But I would definitely repurchase this again. It definitely does what it says. It is quite costly though. Next up is the Essence Stay All Day 16-hour long lasting foundation. This is in 02 Soft Ivory. So with the foundation, unfortunately it's the same as the primer for me. It would create those really big like lumps that never came to head, and they're really painful and like really red and really swollen. You will have seen some of my videos, like they were all up here. It was really bad, and I did try and stop like this for about 6 weeks before stopping this one, and it happened with both products. So I'm not sure what they put in there, like base products that cause those issues, but I do find a lot of base products I do struggle with my sensitive skin. So unfortunately, even though it looked nice and it wore pretty well, I won't be able to use it again because I don't want any more of those like blind pimples. Next up, we've got the Essence Mini Eyeshadow Palette. I thought this was super cute. I've only used it 3 times so far. There's only so many looks you can create with it. I felt like as I just kept creating the same one. If you're that type of person that likes neutrals and you like to create the same look over and over again, it's definitely well worth it, especially if you're like traveling for like business or something. It's a cute little small one, or if you're going on holiday, definitely perfect for that. But because I'm a color girly, unfortunately it just didn't have enough shades for me to want to keep using it, but I would definitely repurchase it again if I was just a neutral girly. Next up is the Essence Tiny Tip Liner Waterproof in Deep Black. And I have fallen in love with this eyeliner. I am comparing it to my KVD tattoo liner because it is that good. And it is like half the cost or something of the KVD one. So I've actually gone and repurchased another one of these already because I'm almost out of this one, because I have been using it for creative looks, which you will see with all my endo stuff coming. So yeah, I have repurchased it already because I do love it that much. So yeah, I would definitely pick this one up if you like the KVD tattoo liner. I love how like slimline it is. I love that the actual liner tip, it's not super soft, but it's not super stiff either, so it's easier to glide. And I love the color that it pays off with. It's like a real deep black. It doesn't look like the gray charcoaly look. It's like a really nice black look, and I don't have too much issue with it transferring. It definitely doesn't transfer down, but sometimes if I do open my eyes too quickly, because I do have hooded eyes, it can transfer up. So I definitely would either set it down with an eyeshadow, or you need to keep your eyes like looking down or closed for a few minutes until it's fully dry if you do have hooded eyes. Next up is the Natasha Denona Concealer. Now I actually forgot about this for a few weeks there, so I haven't used this as much as I've used everything else, but I have used it a handful of times. I am wearing it on my face today. It is super brightening. It is very thin in consistency, which is something that I'm not actually used to. But I do find I don't have as much like creasing because it is so like thin and lightweight. I do like the doe foot applicator on here as well. I think it wears really nicely. I definitely want to keep using it a bit more to see if it's one that I actually want in my ride or die collection. But yeah, I really do like it, and this is in the shade RN1. Next up is the Essence Mattifying Compact Powder. This is in 10 Light Beige. So I use this as a setting powder, and this is a complete no for me. Now, if you don't know, I'm actually in a chemically induced menopause, so I have a lot of hot flushes. So stuff for my base makeup, I have to be like extra careful with that it's going to last through those hot flushes. This did not. It kept breaking up with my normal foundation, so I was not a fan of it. And I also didn't like how heavy it felt on the skin, so definitely not something that I will repurchase, and I'm actually probably going to declutter it because I really didn't like it that much. The last Essence product is the Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow base. Now, I use this a handful of times, and this is not something that like I like. I'm not saying it's like absolutely terrible. I think it will work for some people and for others it doesn't. I didn't like how it didn't have any coverage. I also didn't like how it felt on the eyelids. So for that reason, I stopped using it because I didn't like it. I do prefer like more of like a creamy texture and one that covers up all the freckles on my eyelids. So it gives me like a clean base before I start doing my eyeshadow. I did have an issue with this creasing one time, but it was only that one time that it creased. So I'm not sure if it was actually like user application, like error. Maybe I didn't like set it down enough with too much eyeshadow, or maybe it was something to do with the eyeshadow and this mixing. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm not going to repurchase this, and I think I'm also going to declutter it because it's just going to sit there not getting used otherwise. And the lucky last product for this month is this St. Jack Pro Strength Brush Cleaner. So it just looks like this. It's actually an Australian brand. Now, I kept getting ads on this on my Instagram. Obviously, I'm in Australia and I'm in the beauty industry. So I think that's why it kept coming up on mine, and I finally gave in because I'm actually out of brush cleaner now. So I wanted to try a different one because the one that I currently use is the XO Beauty one, and to get that here in Australia actually costs quite a bit for shipping, even though she's over in New Zealand. And Glam does stock it, but they limit it on one each time, so you can't even like get free shipping with it. So I was like, let me try something different. So I tried this Pro Strength brush cleaner. So with this, I actually also got the little container, so you put the liquid in this little tin, and then you dip your brush into the liquid and you rub it off on a towel. So I also got the towel with it as well. On her Instagram, she does say, yes, it's white. No, she doesn't really want to bring out a black one because most people are saying they like how satisfying it is to see the color come off on the white. However, this white towel is giving me anxiety, like massively. So far, I have not used this towel because I'm so scared at what it's going to look like once I finish putting my brushes on there. I use so many different colors, like every color that you can think of I use. So it's not just going to be like black or brown or light pinks on there. No, it's going to be a multitude of colors on this. So I am scared about using that part. So I have used this a few times. I've been actually cleaning my brushes basically when I finish doing my makeup with this, and I do really like it. It definitely cleans the brushes. It's even lifted up some of the brushes that had staining from like previous stuff. So yeah, it comes out really nice. My only downside is that the smell is very strong. It has a lot of alcohol in it, so you can smell like the alcohol smell to it. However, she's like put a scent in it as well, and that scent like lingers on your brushes. Now, I'm sensitive to smell, so for me, it's like quite strong and overpowering. So I need to like let my brushes sit out for a few days to like air out. Otherwise, yeah, if I'm like going in and doing it and then using my makeup brush straight away, because it does dry down really quickly, then that's like too strong for me. So I mean, if you're not somebody that is sensitive to smells, then you would absolutely love it. It definitely doesn't smell bad. It's just really strong. It's like almost like a florally scent over top of the alcohol, but yeah, it's very strong for me, unfortunately. It's almost like, you know, when you open up like a nail polish remover, you know how that's like overbearing strong? It's like that. So, I mean, it has alcohol in it, so you can't expect anything less. But I definitely love it. It's working really well for my brushes, and I'm actually going to quickly show you how well it works here with you right now. So I'm going to just tip some in. I'll be like 2 seconds. All right, so I'm grabbing like a clean like baby wipe. It's actually a bit dried out because I just used that side when I was doing my makeup. So we'll use this side here, and I'm going to try and grab a brush that's like really, really covered in color. Okay, this one here is very yellow from a yellow look that I've done, and you can see the bristles are meant to be white. So I'm going to dip it in here just slightly, just like that. And then I'm actually going to rub it on here. You can see instantly the color's coming off. Absolutely instantly. Let me just take a tiny bit more of the product because I was a bit slow getting that up there. And you just swirl it around as much as you need to. If you need to go back in, you can. Most of my brushes, I've noticed I only need 1 to 2 goes. Just depends on like what colours are there and if I had previous staining on it already. So just wiping it on the dry spot now, making sure that all the colours actually like gone. So this is in real time. And this is the brush now. So she's back to being like almost fully white. And she's a little bit damp, but give her a few minutes and it will be dandy to go ahead and use again. I do like that. I haven't tried this yet because I've used all of the products that I needed, but I do like that it's like a metal tin, so you should be able to just like close this up and then pop it on the side for when you next need to clean your brushes, because you don't want to waste any of your product. But yeah, I really do like this. I'm definitely excited to keep using it. I will update more again when I get to the end of it, whether it's definitely something I'm going to repurchase. But at this point in time, it's definitely something that I want to repurchase. So that is everything for today's speed review. If you have any other video ideas for me, let me know down in the comments. I have been doing some of your requested ones recently, and I would love to do some more for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and change that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!